Hi Aquarius, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your finance reading. Now this is a collective reading, so not everything will resonate. Please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check out your other placements where you're likely to find a message there. You will find all your other placements in the playlists, so check those out on my page anytime you feel like it. Now this is a timeless reading. Whenever it falls into your feed is whenever it's likely to be relevant for you. Let's get into this for you. Spirit, can we get some cards for Aquarius, please, for their current financial situation and what can help improve it? Okay, so your overall energy, we have an 8 of Cups in the reverse. Now the 8 of Cups in the reverse is suggesting to me that any kind of savings you've got at the moment aren't really doing anything for you. Maybe you've got them all sitting in a current account where you've got no interest coming in. And it's like they're not really doing anything for you. They're not making any kind of money for you at the moment. It could simply be that you don't have anything to invest. You might not have any savings, but very much it's like any money that you do have isn't really working to maximize itself. It's just sitting there really kind of just sitting idle. Or like I say, you just don't really have anything to maximize at the moment. Now, in your current situation, we have the Death card. Now, this is suggesting to me that some of you could be out of work at the moment. It's suggesting that you may feel like money isn't really coming in. You feel like you're in a situation where nothing's going to change. You could be a little bit disparaged at the moment, thinking that, you might be literally on the breadline. Maybe you're on benefits of some form, just waiting for the next opportunity to come along to you, and it's maybe you've been in this position for a while and you just feel like you don't know whether anything's going to happen, and you're feeling a bit stuck with that as well. And it could even be, obviously, with the time of year it is, you've got the pressure on as well. If you have got a job, maybe you just feel like it's going nowhere. You don't really have enough income from it to get you anywhere. Maybe your employer isn't giving any pay rises as well, which, let's face it, that seems to be happening everywhere at the moment. Spirit, can we get clarification on this Death card, please? Okay, so the first two out were the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we have a Tower as well. So the 8 of Pentacles is suggesting that you're not being recognised for what you can give. So if it's anything to do with, if you're in a work position, you may not be getting any pay rises. You may be feeling overlooked. Potentially, if there's been any kind of promotions that have gone on, you may have been missed out because they may have just completely overlooked you. You may be feeling like you're not getting the job opportunities that you'd like if you're out of work because you're being overlooked. Definitely suggesting to me that you're either in a position where you feel like you've got so much more to give and nobody's recognising it, or you just are not being recognised for what you can do and given the opportunity to work. The Tower here is telling me that you feel as though you don't really have the solid ground. Maybe you feel like you're not qualified enough for jobs. Maybe you feel like you're not skilled enough. This is suggesting that there could be a requirement for a bit of upskilling. Maybe you need to do a little bit of learning on certain things. It could be something as simple as you're being overlooked because your CV isn't up to scratch. And you might just need to relook at that. Because it might not show off your talents and your skills very well. There's a lot of employers nowadays look at your skill sets, not at your past history or what you've got grades in. They don't look at what your examination results were for when you were at school. They want to look at what skills have you actually got. And maybe it's something where you need to reorder it. I think in America you call it, is it a resume? Where you've got all of your education and your work. Whereas in the UK we call it a CV. But yeah, very much suggesting that whatever it is that you may be putting out there to companies might need re-looking at. If it's something to do with being passed over in the workplace, maybe where you've got a promotion that has been missed, maybe you might need to learn a little bit. So potentially a bit of upskilling, maybe some soft skill learning. It could be maybe they might put you on a course if you ask about one. We have a Queen of Wands in the reverse. Now, this is suggesting to me as well that you're not particularly charitable with certain things. You're not very giving with your energy or your finances. So potentially it could have something to do with that as well. Maybe you need to have a bit more of a generous nature. Maybe you're not as nurturing or as giving if it's something to do with a job. Maybe they want somebody, or not want somebody. If you're going into management, for instance, you need to be able to nurture your staff. So it could be that you might need to be able to express and give your time and energy out to people and show that you've got the skills to do that. It could just simply be that you're not able to give to charities at the moment with that Queen of Wands in the reverse because you simply don't have any money to do that. And as we know, giving to charities is always a good way of giving back to the universe, and it doesn't have to be money. It could just be your time or your energy as well. And it doesn't have to be a mainstream charity. It could just be a charitable act, for people that are in need. You see a homeless person on the street, giving them something, a bit of time, a bit of energy, a bit of money in certain circumstances, offering them some help in some form, that in itself is an act of charity. Offering your help to workmates, people that you might be in a team with, if you can see they're in a bit of a pickle and you're in a good position, offering your help out is an act of charity. Yes, it's teamwork at the same time, but a lot of the time within a team, you've all got your individual workloads. So offering your help would be seen as a charitable act. Now, we also have the Knight of Wands as well that came out to clarify along with that. Now, this is suggesting to me that you can be a little bit impulsive at times as well. And that doesn't necessarily serve you in the long term. So potentially part of why you feel like things aren't going where you want them to is maybe you've been doing a little bit of impulse spending. So if you have had that little bit of money, you may have accidentally impulse spent it away. Now, it could be that you have got a quick or harsh tongue as well, and you may say something in interviews that just makes them see you in a slightly harsher light. So it could be something where you just need to check your tone, maybe check out what it is you're saying, run through interview skills with other people. And obviously if it is that you're not getting jobs, ask for feedback. Find out what it is that made them feel like you were not right for the job at that point in time, and they will always give you feedback. Now, in your obstacles and your challenges, we have the Tower. So very much making sure that you've got that solid foundation for anything that you are trying to invest in. So again, if it's a job that you're looking at, making sure that you have got the skills that you're in need for the job, the knowledge to back it all up. potentially, if it's something where you're looking at making an investment, making sure that you're going for solid investments, things that aren't risky. Also, obviously, having the money to go for the investments as well, having enough money for the investment. Let's get some clarification on that Tower. To me, I've got a feeling that this Tower is the same as the one that came out with your Death card. And I've got a feeling it's more to do with potentially having skills. Yeah. So you've got the Magician. Now, the Magician, in a general read, is all about having confidence. And when he's in the reverse, he's not got very much confidence. He's lacking self-confidence. Now, the Magician in the reverse with finance readings is suggesting that you may not necessarily do things in a rational way. And sometimes you might not necessarily be very honest either with certain things. So potentially you may have the gift of the gab where skill sets are required, and you may say that you've got the skills but you don't necessarily have the skills, which could cause you some issues. And maybe you're going into jobs after saying on interviews you've got certain skills, only for them to find out that you haven't, and then you don't pass your probation because you're lacking the skills that you were requiring. Now, obviously, if that is the case, then it's going to be a case of just taking some time to learn some information and gaining those skills. Now, we do have a Three of Wands as well. Now, this is suggesting to me that part of your challenge is finding the time to invest in yourself, invest in those skills, invest in the confidence, invest in having the foundation that you need. Now, it could simply be that certain things that you want in life, maybe jobs that you want, could, how do I put it? I know certain people that have no work experience in managerial fields, but they seem to think that they deserve to be a manager in jobs. But all they've ever done is the very bottom job kind of thing in a particular area. But they feel like they've got the skills and the knowledge to be able to run and manage. But they've got nothing to back it up. You could possibly be somebody that might be aiming a little bit higher instead of working your way up from the bottom, showing that you've got the skills and working your way up. Maybe you're somebody that's trying to get in a top position, but you might be lacking a few skills or lacking a bit of evidence to back that up. And this is suggesting that sometimes you need to go from the bottom and work your foundations and build your foundations up from the bottom. So very much suggesting that a part of your challenge could be that you don't necessarily want to go in at entry level and work your way up the ladder. The Queen of Cups here is suggesting that you feel like you know a lot about money as well. Maybe you feel like you know everything there is to know about investments and savings and money. Or maybe you feel like you know about certain skill sets for jobs. But like I say, it's suggesting that your knowledge might be a bit of a challenge there. So maybe your foundations are not quite as stable as you think they are. And that could be potentially why things aren't quite speeding up or going quite how you want, why things aren't materialising in the way that you want. Now, what help is out there? We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Now, this is very much suggesting that you need to make sure that you're investing some effort and time into yourself. Okay, so potentially learning any skill sets that you might need. Very much putting in the effort as well. Let's get some clarification on that. All of a sudden, my mouth's just gone really, really dry. Okay, so the first two out, then we had the Chariot and the Ace of Swords. Now they both came out in the reverse. The Chariot is very much suggesting to me that you might need to slow down a little bit. In the upright, the Chariot is telling me that your chosen path is the right one, and that you shouldn't hesitate and that you should jump into it. In the reverse, it's suggesting that you need to think about it a little bit more. Slow down and actually consider whether or not it is the right path for you. You have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, which again is talking about choosing the right path, making sure that you are choosing wisely. Anybody that you are consulting as well is making sure that they are chosen wisely. Very much making sure that you're getting the right information. So if you're going for a job, making sure that you're getting information about the job. Let's face it, they always say at an interview, make sure that you learn about the job because you're going to be questioned on it. So making sure that you've got the right information about what it is you're going towards. Yeah, very much if it's something where you're going into, if you're looking for a promotion, asking the right questions, learning the right skills, making sure that you're picking your allies wisely with regards to that, because the worst thing you want to do is go towards a job, ask somebody how you get that job, or ask them to help you go towards it, but then you find out that they're going to use everything that they've done with you and they're going to be your competition. Or you ask your manager for a pay rise or ask your manager for promotion opportunities, but they don't support you for it. We also have an Emperor in the reverse, and we have a Four of Cups in the reverse. The Emperor here is very much suggesting to me that it's not time to help other people. So if anybody's coming towards you to ask for help, it's not time to help them. It's time to look after yourself and help yourself. I know over here I said about not giving to charities, but this is suggesting to me that it's time to very much take control of yourself, look after yourself, put the effort into yourself. So maybe you might have been helping other people out a lot and you've watched them progress, where you've then sat at the bottom where they've gone up in the world. I mean, I know I've done that before. I've helped somebody, pass an interview, and then I've been left, I apparently don't have the skills, but when I'm coaching somebody on interview questions, they can answer the interview questions really, really good. They've got no skills for it, but even if you've got a bit of skills in your background, sometimes if your face don't fit, and it's really annoying. So you might be somebody that's been helping other people, and then you're just watching them progress, and you've been sitting getting no progression yourself. We've got a Four of Cups in the reverse as well. Now this is suggesting to me that you need to be tracking where you're putting your time and your energy. You may find that you've got some extra funds that you can spend, possibly on yourself, possibly on some sort of education to help you gain your, the skills that you need. Crikey, I've got a feeling that you might be lacking with some communication skills, I'll be honest, because ever since I've been doing this reading, my brain's turning to mush, and I don't mean that in any bad way. It's just like, it's like my communication, like some of the words, they're getting stuck. I know what I want to say. I know what I need to say, but they're getting stuck as they're trying to come out. And it's yeah, I'm getting a bit tongue-tied, and it's really weird because I've not been tongue-tied all day. It's literally your reading. Now, we also have the Lovers, and now the Lovers came out to the side. So this is suggesting to me that there are going to be opportunities that come up in front of you, and you might need to just take a check on the opportunities that are presenting themselves and make sure that it's for you. Now, I've just spotted, I've never seen that before. There's a tiny little telephone number. I don't know if you can see it. It says call me, and then it's 222-1111. So if you're seeing reoccurring numbers, or the number 222 or 1111 is significant to you, then this could very well be your read. Or the number 8. There's a number 8 here at the bottom as well. Or it's an E. An E and an I. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you're seeing signs and synchronicities out there as well, a lot of reoccurring numbers, I would always recommend checking them up, because you might find that there is a message from your angel guides telling you that you're on the right track, but they might just have something that they need to just, a small message just to pass to you, to let you know that you're still on the right track. But yeah, very much suggesting to me that there are going to be opportunities, but you just need to evaluate them, and make sure that you are taking the right one. And very much like I say in here with this Chariot, you know, slowing it down, making sure that you're going towards what is right for you. And at the end of the day, you need to take time for yourself with this Four of Swords. You know, you need to be investing into yourself, making sure that you're taking the opportunities that are right for you, based on your skill set. And if you haven't quite got the skill set, then, you know, investing into getting those skills. Now, if you do manage to follow the advice, we have a World card in the reverse, and then we have an Ace of Wands in the upright. So very much the ending of a cycle and the start of something new. So the World card then is very much suggesting to me that you do need to make sure that you're being productive in order to earn, save and invest, but it could be that it's going to be drawn out. So whatever is coming in for you, it could just be a little bit of a way off. It might take some time to get to it, possibly because you might have some education, some skills to learn. And then we have the Ace of Wands, very much suggesting, or very much saying that, you know, money is a result of your hard work. So yeah, so very much saying that you are going to be working really hard. You are going to have that job that you want. It might not be materialising just yet, because you've obviously got a little bit of skill learning to do. Or that's what it reads like with these cards anyway. So there's a bit of foundations that you need to be building. Now, like I say, it could be simply that you're wanting to buy something and you need to very much be investing into things that are going to be good for you. You know, putting that money into investments wisely. Saving that money. Maybe you don't have any savings and you've got to build those savings up first. Making sure that you're evaluating all the opportunities. Make sure that they are the right one for you before you put your money in. And you've got to make sure that they're safe investment opportunities. And then you're going to be making it work for you. But it might just take some time, especially with that World card being in the reverse. Can we get clarification, please, Spirit? So nothing like clarifying a new start with the same card. So we've got another Ace of Wands to clarify that World and Ace of Wands. We also have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very much here suggesting that you need to be spending wisely. Anything that you do have that you are able to give to charity, whether that's time, energy or money, making sure that you're giving back to the community, to the universe, making sure that you're, sharing the wealth. And then we have the Empress in the reverse. Now, the Empress in the reverse is suggesting that you will get your long-term goals. You need to be making sure that you are setting your short-term objectives as well, and that they will all come to fruition for you, which is lovely. So very much having that new start, making everything work for you, and putting in the hard work to get where you want to get. Right, I'll get you an Angel of Abundance card as well to see what other messages Spirit's got for you. We can get an Angel of Abundance card for Aquarius, please, Spirit. Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. Right, so the key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so you look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. I need to do more of that. I'm obviously a big lady trying to lose weight, so yeah, obviously need some good manifestation as well. So may need to get myself into doing a bit more physical activity to boost those manifestations. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Aquarius. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. If you want to hear more from me, then don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you press that notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Good luck with improving your finances, and thank you very much for joining me.